What's up, y'all? Holtingalls here on hiproductions, and today I'm going to talk to you about the best way to use your Reelsteady with your GoPro Hero 8. Before you even start filming to throw that footage into Reelsteady, you need to know why you're filming and what you're filming for. If you're just doing freestyle and doing a bunch of flips and stuff, you're not going to be able to use a Reelsteady. That's just not something that's going to work when you put in a Reelsteady. The gyro data just can't match up. It's going to look terrible. You need to have in mind what you're filming beforehand. It needs to be smooth as possible. You need to be thinking before you're filming about how you're going to get that shot and to throw it in a Reelsteady. And a lot of times you don't really need Reelsteady for most of your shots. I mean, if you want to have that raw GoPro look, then don't use Reelsteady. But yeah, if you're looking to make that footage look even more cinematic than it already is, I would definitely recommend using Reelsteady first. So this is a mistake I made before I even started using Reelsteady. I bought it and I was ready to use it, and I was using a GoPro Hero 7. Didn't work. I was like, okay, I'll buy the GoPro Hero 6 at the time, and I was filming at 24 frames per second. You can't do that. So you just need to know the capabilities of Reelsteady. You need to film at 2.7K or 4K. That's just, I mean, if you're filming for cinematic purposes, that's probably just your best bet. You can shoot at a lower resolution, but I wouldn't recommend it. Shoot at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. And like I said, make sure your shots are smooth and like almost a flat line as possible. Obviously you can move around and stuff, but try not to do anything too crazy to where that it would mess up the Reelsteady data and make your footage look terrible. So without further ado, let's go outside and take a look at how I film for Reelsteady. Here we go to the backyard, guys. Don't make fun of me. I know I need to mow the grass, but I've been too busy flying FPV. So we're outside my house right now. I'm going to show y'all kind of the process I go through whenever I'm filming, which most of the time I'm filming for Reelsteady because it's usually going to be a cinematic shot. I don't usually fly for fun. I just fly to get shots. So yeah, here's my drone right here. We're in my backyard right now. So, and if you're interested in this build right here, then I have a video that'll pop up right now so you can look at it. But yeah, I always use ND filters. If you're interested in ND filters and my GoPro settings, I have videos about that as well. Here's all my other stuff set to the side. I kind of like to have my stuff up off the ground. We're recording on all fronts. Let's do this thing. So this is with, I'm putting this in the Reelsteady right here. So that was kind of a harsh takeoff, but try to keep it smooth. And you can go fast, you can go all that like that, but try to keep the horizontal plane the same, if that makes sense. See, like if you were just filming a subject, say I'm just filming this house and this property. It's kind of actually hard to do this and talk at the same time with us close. But you want to try and not have any sudden movements. Like I'm kind of turning a little fast, honestly. And the shorter your flight is, the better, honestly, because you'll see later, because I'm going to put it into Reelsteady and show y'all. But shots that I've seen that look good is when you get really close to a subject. So you see I'm getting really close to these tree line, and then I come in close like that. That usually looks pretty good. Slow down. What doesn't look as good to me is whenever you have to like tilt your quad back to go slower. I'm guessing that's because my GoPro mount is at 20 degrees, but these shots to me may look cool. I guess we'll see whenever I throw it in there. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like with and without. So I'm not gonna do two flights. I'm just gonna show y'all what it looks like with and without. So I'm gonna take her down and we're gonna go put this flight into Reelsteady. All right, I'm back at the editing station. I already uploaded all the footage, and I'm gonna throw it into Reelsteady and show y'all that process. So if you haven't already, go ahead and download Reelsteady or Reelsteadygo. I'll leave a link below. I'm not getting paid by Reelsteady or anything. I wish I was, but this is all just because I love Reelsteady, honestly, and a lot of people ask me questions about this, and I see it done wrong by a lot of people, and especially some bigger FPV flyers. So I'm gonna screen record this, disregard how ugly everything is. I'm just very unorganized when it comes to my computer and my cord management. Once you get it open, Reelsteadygo, it's a very simple application actually. Go to load video. You want to find the footage that you want to smooth. So I know where mine is. There it is. Just click it. This is the one I want. Open. And this is going to run the numbers. It's going to take a little while, but depending on how fast your computer is. By the way, while I'm waiting on this, TikTok just got deleted. That's crazy. What do y'all think about that? I mean, I know a lot of y'all probably don't give a shit about TikTok, but I had some of my videos on there that did pretty well. All right, so it's loaded up now. You'll see that it crops in a lot whenever you start going. That's the price you pay to get the super smooth footage. There's a few things you have to do to make sure the footage looks really good once you get done. There's this little button right here. This is a marker that kind of, I go ahead, if they already, sometimes they'll pre-select where they're smoothing the footage. I delete all those. Make sure it's all, the timeline's clear and there's none of these markers. Oh. But I put a marker right there because that's where it's very level and smooth and you can see the horizon. And you want to do that I do it about 4 times a video. That's kind of how I get my footage. I don't know if that's the proper way to do it, honestly. That's just kind of how I do it. So yeah, it's looking smooth right now. And again, I flew with Reelsteady in mind, so I kind of know what I wanted. I put about 4 markers, like I said, and each marker I kind of put where it's super flat, where the horizon's flat. This is pretty good right here. But you can see when you get up close to objects, it really starts looking cool. It's like really good motion blur. I don't know, sometimes when you put footage in a Reelsteady, it looks fake almost. People think that that's like a video game. So I have those 2 markers in. That'd be a decent place to put one, but I want to do it later. And probably right there is good because you can tell I'm going straight. And that's a cool little shot, so I want it to be smooth. And I'll put one more in, probably somewhere in the back end. You'll see sometimes, see it's getting a little shaky right here, or it's not as smooth. I want to throw one right there. You kind of have to toy with it. You're gonna have to figure out what you like and what you don't like. This is just what I like. So once you can also customize kind of what these things do. You go to this, advanced settings, run through these and kind of figure out what you like. I think these normal settings are fine. If you want it super smooth, go up more, but it's gonna crop in more. Cropping speed, usually I just link with smoothness, so it'll, if you crop in, if you want it smoother, it's gonna crop in more, but I think normal settings are fine. Press OK. Once you kind of figure out what you like and what looks good to you, so yeah, that looks fine. All that looks smooth to me. I'm gonna save video and it's gonna render. So you're gonna let it render for about however fast your computer is, probably about 10 minutes, and it's gonna be completely smooth. So once you render and export, it'll be right next to the original file that you uploaded. And just remember, these files are pretty big. Yeah, I mean, that's all you really need to do. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, thumbs up, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all want me to do next.